Yeah, so hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry clocking into TikTok. And guys, I always say clocking into TikTok when I go live on TikTok. I guess it has a little something to do with numbers and time and all that. And it all started out with the fact that I started, the first time I went live, I just started saying that, clocking into TikTok the first time I went live. So I want to jump into this tonight. I might be a little bit nervous because it has been a couple of days since I've went live now. I've kind of had a lot on my plate, just different things popping up that I kind of wasn't expecting. But anyhow, I did want to kind of take some time out and kind of jump on the trend that's going on right now. Oh, well, I just had something pop up and I'm not exactly sure what's going on or whatever. So anyhow, I'm sorry guys. I'm so sorry, but anyhow, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I had something, go on with my phone or whatever. I do apologize. I got distracted. But anyhow, this is Shadow Girl Sherry clocking into TikTok again. I haven't been on in a couple of days now. But guys, and with that being said, I know that um, it's it's not the best thing to just kind of ghost on TikTok. The last time I went live, I actually went live for 2 hours. I, I don't know, I was going pretty strong that night, and people were, you know, staying up with me and everything. So I stayed on. The last time I went live, I talked for 2 hours. So I doubt that I'm going to be able to do that tonight because I'm kind of tired. But I did want to kind of take, I'm not going to say take advantage, but I wanted to kind of jump in and be a part of this kind of train kind of thing that's kind of taking off right now. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's a group 7. I got a video that popped up on my phone a couple of days ago. I don't know how many days ago it was, but basically like I know a lot of people have gotten it, saying that, I was a part of group 7, and I'm listening and I'm like, well, what's group 7? But with that being said, I'm going to explain to you guys, what you're looking at right now, why it's there, all that, and how I'm going to make it a part of group 7. Okay, guys. I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. My channel, Sunset Songs, is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. Where if you have watched any of my other videos, and if you are if you've watched my other videos, most likely you already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. Through your positive or negative thinking, whether you are thinking positive or negative, you are said through the law of attraction to be attracting the such back into your life. If you are thinking and doing positive things, hanging out with positive people, all the positive stuff, then you would be attracting the positive right back into your life. On the other hand, if you are thinking negative, doing negative things, hanging out with negative people, the Debbie Downers, the Nancy Negative type people, we all know them. Then you would be attracting those types of more of those type of people, more of those type of experiences back into your life. Here on my channel, the idea is to to avoid that. But at the same time, we all know people. We have family members, or you may have family members. May have friends that that they think negative and things like that, but you love them and you want them to do better, to do better. So you know what? And if you're part of group 7, or you got that notification about a video or something about group 7, then you want to make, you probably want to make those people around you that are being negative and all that, think on a brighter side. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the rest of the video. Again, guys, I do apologize. I am a little bit tired, but I kind of wanted to take it. Again, I'm not going to say take advantage, but I wanted to jump on the trend that's going on right now. Obviously, I am a smaller creator. When I started going live, I started to notice that I started to get more views and more following and all that when I went live. And I want to explain the whole idea of what I did the first time I went live. The first time I went live during something that is called the Lionsgates portal. The Lionsgates portal takes place every year on the 8th month, 8th day. It is said to be a time, or at least that's the height of it. It takes place on the 8th month, 8th day, the height of it. And it is said to be a time where you can use the energy that's available, like in the universe, whatever, and you can use it to manifest your deepest desires. I did say the Lionsgates portal, and I said the 8th month, 8th day. That is in Leo season. That is August the 8th. At that time, Leo season is open. If you're a Leo, then you already know the energy that comes with Leo. Leo is obviously the lion of the zodiac sign, of the zodiacs, or of the zodiac. And it's just an energy of, you want to step out, you want to be bold, you want to be your authentic self. With that being said, I took advantage of that, and I went live. I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. With that being said, I don't show up I haven't shown up in any of my videos. Nobody knows what I look like. You just see pictures that I take from my phone, whatever, and, I put my voice out there. And obviously now, with the start of the Lionsgates portal, I used that day, the 8th month, 8th day, to actually go live. Before that, I wasn't even going live. I was uploading videos that I had already made. Now I have gotten to the point where I just go live, and I found it to be so much easier to do it that way. With that being said, guys, that first time that I went live, you could go ahead and look it up. I think the title of it was Lights, Camera, Action. And I am a Gemini, guys, and I do credit myself on being pretty, what's the word? I feel like I'm pretty creative. And I basically turned a candle. Oh man, what was it? Oh, you'd have to watch the video. I don't want to get too much into that because I don't want to take away from what's going on right now. The trend of Group 7. Basically right now I'm trying to call in Group 7, but I also want to talk about the other groups. Like, I know about Group 7, but there is obviously a Group 1, a Group 2, a Group 3, a Group 4, a Group 5, and a Group 6. So, guys, what I'm thinking about with this whole Group 7 thing is, all the other groups before. I know that other people, you guys have probably thought about this yourself. Like, if I'm a part of Group 7, which I've already said that I am a part of Group 7, that's, the video that I got, then there must have been people that got Group 1 or Group 2 or Group 3 or Group 4 or Group 5 or Group 6 or Group 7 or Group 6. I'm sorry. I'm a part of Group 7. But anyhow, guys, either way, anybody that wants to join this live and kind of talk about this whole thing, I would really appreciate it. But obviously it seems like Group 7 is, the way I understand, oh, I want to talk about it a little bit, guys. Again, I'm a little bit all over the place. This is a last minute video. I wanted to go live again because, again, TikTok really favors when you go live, and when you it's just not a good thing to run off for a couple of days. And that's what I had to do because I had some unexpected things kind of pop up on my plate. So, and that happens from time to time. I think that probably happens to a lot of people, but it just happened that way, and I had to do what I had to do, whatever. And I'm back on again. But guys, I also wanted to say that my channel is, I think I already said it, my channel is called Sunset Songs. Now, what does all that mean? Basically, before I go live or before I decide to make a video, go live, whatever, I always try to basically kind of tell my higher self or my spirit, whatever, to give me a song that is basically going to be tailored around whatever the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about for that, what I'm going to call that particular episode, to my channel Sunset Songs. Okay. And again, I've already explained my channel Sunset Songs is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. So usually I'm trying to think of I'm asking for a song to like start to pop up in my mind or start playing in my heart. That is going to be a positive, upbeat song. But again, it all kind of, basically the idea is for the song to be tailored around whatever the subject matter is that I'm going to be talking about in that particular episode. Guys, so with that being said, I really like this whole idea of, when I found out about the whole thing about Group 7, that was just another way that I'm like, I got to jump on this because it's about music. Now, when I first got the video or, and found out about Group 7, guys, I had no idea what it was. There was this, the first video that I got, there was this guy that popped up. He looked pretty well put together, clean cut, everything. I'm like, wow, this looks like a group I want to be a part of. But of course I had no idea what it was about. Then it started on TikTok, but then I went over on YouTube. Now here on TikTok, you can find me under Shadow Girl Sherry. You can find me under Sherry Shadow Closet. But again, I did say that my channel is called Sunset Songs. Now, I'm hoping that you will go ahead and join me over on YouTube. And when you go over on YouTube, my main channel is called Sunset Songs. And when you start the videos, whatever, I'm going to introduce myself as Shadow Girl Sherry, all that. But again, being that this Group 7 got started because of a song, and the song was So Unfair by Sophia James. Now, guys, with that being said, I always try to think of a song before I go live or before I make a video. If you've watched my other videos, you probably already know that, you most likely already know that sometimes I do paperwork where I write things out in a different kind of way and all that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this Group 7 thing. I'm going to call everybody out. And my idea was, I try to put it out there as like a pizza party. And that's going to be something else. I wrote it up, everything, was going to have a lot of fun with it. But then, and I came up with a song. Obviously, my channel's called Sunset Songs. So a song starts playing in my mind or whatever. And then I'm writing up the paperwork. I put the name of the song down, the name of the artist and everything. And then I go and I find out that this whole thing got started by Sophia James and her song, So Unfair. So with that being said, right now, guys, I'm looking at the number 108. 108, when it comes to spirituality and all that, I just want to share it with you guys right now. The time is 108 a.m. I kind of feel like sharing this with you guys, that maybe you should just try to think of something that you're trying to manifest, and think about it as if it's already done, like in this present moment, because 108 is a pretty powerful number. In my phone right now, the percentage right now is at 88. So if I looked at that over, you've got 888. And I know that we're talking about the number 7 really, because this is Group 7, but the number 8 is a powerful number as well, because of the fact I even said that I started going live during the Lionsgate's portal, which is the 8th month, 8th day. So I just wanted to share all the stuff with you, all the 8s, the 108. And then when I look over, I see 88. That's the percentage that my phone is at, so I wanted to share that with you guys. The number 8, abundance, blessings, whatever you want to call it. So wealth, all that. And I do understand that has a lot to do with Group 7. But again, guys, I had already thought up a song that I wanted to work with. That will be another video. I'll bring that, the paperwork that I made up, and I'll present that whole idea another time. I don't want to obviously take away from Sophia James, because this was all about her song So Unfair. So obviously for this episode, to my channel Sunset Songs, the sunset song is going to be So Unfair by Sophia James. Guys, and I want to say this. I went ahead and took a listen to the song. I like the song. I really like the song. Wow, was she brilliant to the idea that she came up with. Like, she really worked that. She really worked that. So guys, I'm going to name some people I see some people have jumped into the live. I see a fist bump. I see a Janie Wong. Guys, I want to say what's up to you guys. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Guys, were you a part of Group 7? I want to get you guys, it's not all about me here. It's about my personal journey with the law of attraction, where I'm hoping to take you along on the journey as well. Let me know. I mean, I did try to say that I was calling out Group 7. Right now, guys, it's 1:11 in the morning, and that's another powerful angel number. I want you to go ahead and think about something that you are trying to manifest into your life, and just think of the idea that right now we are a part of a collective. I can't see right now how many people have joined the live right now. I can see that once the live is over with, and I'm trying to, usually I have no problem with talking for a full hour, at least an hour, for my lives. And so since I've been going live, I think there has been one live that I've done where, it went maybe right at an hour. And with that being said, being that I'm making this video here on TikTok is about ticking and talking. Obviously, it's, if a video goes over an hour, a live goes over an hour, you can't upload the whole video. So I want to go ahead and let you know that once this live is over with, if I go over an hour, the full video in its full entirety, I will put over on my YouTube channel. Again, my YouTube channel is called Sunset Songs. I hope that you will go ahead and join me over there. But as for here on TikTok, if either way, like if I go over an hour, you can find the full video over on my channel, Sunset Songs, but you will be able to find the clips on, the smaller clips here on TikTok, obviously under Sherry Shadow Closet, Shadow Girl Sherry. I hope you'll join me there. But guys, I want to go ahead and ask you guys, I'm calling out everybody, really. Like, if you're in Group 1, Group 2, whatever group you're a part of, guys, anybody that's in here, you let me know what group you're in. Again, my channel is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction, and I'm talking obviously, but I want you guys to feel comfortable and to join in as well. And let me know what group you were accepted in, or you were called into, or whatever. But I'm a part of Group 7. That's the number I got. I'm going to be looking into it a little bit more to see the whole, I'm going to say, energy of Group 7. But it seems like a pretty happy group of people. I thought this would be a good way to kind of open the door, because I want to share. There's this thing going around on TikTok where people are saying, okay, they're using the trending sound where it's something like, okay, I'm a part of Group 7. And since I'm a part of Group 7, I made a video about Group 7. And now I've got all these people, all these new friends and people that have joined my, subscribed or whatever, or they're following me or whatever. And guys, I took advantage of that. I'm not going to lie. I took advantage of that. made a video about Group 7. And I think it was because of the fact that I hadn't been on in a couple of days, even though I went for 2 hours the last time I went live. No lie, I talked for 2 straight hours. I think it may even been the magic number 7, guys. I think I went for 2 hours, and I could be wrong, but I do believe it was 2 hours and 7 minutes. I'm talking about Group 7 here a lot. I do believe it was 2 hours and 7 minutes that I went live the last time that I was here, that I went live here on TikTok. And after that, I thought I was going to be okay for a couple of days, but it didn't work out that way. I got the notification saying, okay, keep going. You know, you know how the algorithm works here on TikTok. They're basically, sending things. It's for you. And I was being encouraged and all that. Keep going, make more videos. You're a part of obviously I'm already found out I was a part of Group 7. And I thought that's what it had something to do with, the fact that I had talked for so long. But then I went ahead and I found out what Group 7 was, obviously. But I went for, a couple of days, didn't make videos. And then I started to notice that the algorithm wasn't pushing me out, even though the last time I went live, I went for 2 hours. It didn't matter. I took a couple of days off. I didn't have anything that, just to take and upload. And then I started to notice that my views and the TikTok algorithm wasn't pushing me out there. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and use the whole Group 7 thing and make a little short, couple of second video. 7 minutes seems to be a pretty magical number right now. And even then I put it on my story, and it didn't go anywhere. So guys, I want you guys to know I am a part of Group 7. And again, I made a short. It was probably about a 7-minute video or whatever thing that I added to my story. And I invited everybody, it was a joke. It kind of invited everybody over to my place for a pizza party. And I'm thinking, because I said Group 7, that, it would take off or whatever, but the TikTok algorithm was not feeling it. And I didn't get a whole lot of views. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make a longer video. I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about Group 7, even though right now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you already know that I am definitely a Halloween girl. I love Halloween. Obviously, I call myself Shadow Girl Sherry. With that being said, Shadow Girl Sherry, the first time when I first started coming up with my channel, whatever the name of my channel, all that, it wasn't long after that I started calling myself Shadow Girl Sherry. At that point, I had no idea, even though I was calling myself Shadow Girl Sherry, I had no idea what shadow work was. And that's a whole other video, but I'm not going to say that right now that if you're watching this video, you need to do shadow work. If you're watching this video, you're coming here to talk about Group 7 and maybe Group 1, Group 2, Group 2, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6, whatever. Yeah. But guys, can you let me know maybe what group you're a part of? Again, I've said that I was called to Group 7, and I want to go ahead and explain right now the picture that you're looking at right now. Guys, I kind of feel like, Sophia James she made this song called So Unfair. And the song made a lot of sense to me. Again, I call myself Shadow Girl Sherry. And with that being said, it has a lot to do with shadow work and having to do shadow work. And just the idea of her song being called So Unfair. And then when I listened to the lyrics and all that, obviously I am a fan. I like the song. And guys, I don't want to lie, but I do believe that I was tuning in when Sophia, I do believe that I was watching when Sophia James first, American Idol. She was I do believe it was said she was American Idol contestant. And if I can remember right, I think I was watching at that time. I think I do think that I was watching American Idol at that time. Obviously, I love music because my channel is called Sunset Songs. Um, but let me go ahead and explain what the picture you're looking at is right now. Um, Years ago, this is actually a picture that I had taken inside my house. And the idea of it, what was going on at that time was, um, I was, busy working, doing different things, whatever. But it just so happened that the other day I came across this picture. I haven't seen this picture in so long. This was a picture that was actually um now things are, you take pictures there on your phone. I don't want to give away age or anything like that, but this was a picture that I had actually taken where you had that old fashioned like camera and you go and get your film developed and all that. This was one of those types. This was a picture like that. And the other day I was uh you know doing things around in my house, whatever, and it just so happened that I stumbled across this picture. Now, with my phone, I, you know, I made the picture different. Like this isn't what the picture looked like. I, remastered it, redid it, and my phone, helped me do it. With I hope I'm wording this right, guys. I'm kind of tired right now, but again, I wanted to jump in on this trend and see if I could get some more followers and all that. Um, but I changed it up. But this is just a remastered version of a real picture that I had actually taken. And I had taken this picture during the Halloween season one year. And I thought it was so funny that at this time, obviously, we're a couple of days within Halloween, and I stumble upon this picture. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take it, I'm going to share it, and I'm going to kind of use it as like a Halloween party, like a Halloween setup. And I'm going to go ahead and use it for group 7. And basically, guys, I kind of feel like back when I had taken this picture, I was busy at this point. I remember that I was on a job where it was a certain type of work that I was doing, and type of work that really drains your energy. It's rewarding, but it drains your energy. I don't want to go all into it, whatever. Energy draining, whatever. And I had just found some time where I was just going to try to sneak some time with my family. I don't think that this picture was, I'm almost certain that it wasn't taken actually like on Halloween night, on that day or that night. But what I did, I found some time where I just snuck in a couple of things, and I'm like, okay, I'm busy or whatever, but I still want to celebrate because I love Halloween. So the picture that you're looking at right now is basically in the left hand like corner, you're looking at a fondue pot. And fondue, I think, was like a real popular thing in like the 70s. Now, I'm not that old. I was not born in the 70s. But I always like the idea of fondue and like having like uh, a cold day or evening or whatever, and having like a fondue pot with like warm cheese or fondue, or it could be like chocolate fondue or whatever, and sharing it with like a group of friends or family or whatever. And the old fashioned fondue pots came with the forks and everything, and this is like a old like a you know a an old fondue pot. There are the updated versions. I have one that's actually for Valentine's Day, where I would think it would be more for chocolate or whatever. But in this picture, you may not be able to really tell, what it looks like, but then again, maybe you can. It was a cheese fondue. It was really good. I set it up for some family, and it was just like in between, working and everything that I was doing, getting dressed in my uniform and going to work and all that. And I snuck in some time. I made some fondue. Um, I pulled the punch bowl out. Um, what was the punch? The punch was basically, it was just, I remember it was either Coke, not Diet Coke, obviously. It was either Coke or it was Dr. Pepper. I didn't get punch or anything like that. I just said, okay, I'm gonna get some soda. The white ball or dot, whatever you see there, I know you can see it. It's white. It's not ice. I know that you can go and you can get punch where you can go to the store and you can get like ice cream. And I, I know they still have it. When I was a kid, uh, you could get like this punch that was kind of like ice cream. You dump it out into the bowl. You pour like 7 Up or something like that over top of it, and you had punch. Um, I obviously didn't do that this time. I had soda. I like the idea of having something black, obviously for Halloween. Um, the little white thing that is in the white ball that is in the punch. I know you can see it. I actually have something that just popped up on my phone right now. And guys, I have people that say that they want to they have invited me to join and go. I totally want to get started on that. It's just I got to find out more about how it works. So I apologize. That's the only reason why I haven't accepted, because I going live and everything. I want to say this might be my, I don't know. I've lost track now how many times I've gone live, because I've done it quite a few times now. But again, I started going, the first time I went live was on the 8th month, 8th day. And from that point on, for the most part, when I have made videos, they have been lives. So I've got quite a few lives now, but I want to think that it's probably under 20. I think it's been under 20 times that I've went live. I still have a lot to learn about it. I still want to go live on YouTube. I haven't done that yet, and I want to get, obviously, I want to get my YouTube channel. I want to keep that going. I want to wake it up and all that different stuff. But again, I have things come up, and I do have different things on my plate. I'm juggling. Actually pulled it like a tarot card the other day, and I got the tarot card that's basically the juggler of the tarot card, or the tarot deck. So just got a lot of different things that I'm doing. I'm trying to think through, like, which project do I want to get started. But one thing that I know that I definitely want to keep going is my channel. I take breaks here and there, but it's just out of exhaustion, or just I just don't have time to do it. So obviously I want to go live and stuff like that as much as I can, so that I can build my audience up. So anybody that wants to go live with me, I thank you so much. It's just the point that I've got to figure out. I got to learn the ins and the outs, and yeah, I'm all up for it. But guys, I want to keep explaining with the picture which you're looking at right now. Again, this is a punch bowl that you're looking at. You see a little white dot. Now, because it was Halloween, I don't know, I don't remember why I didn't put more of them in there, but there are these, it's gumballs. I know you've seen them. They're gumballs. It's for kids, or I don't know, adult kids, whatever. There's adult Halloween costumes, so I don't want to say that it's just for kids, but there are gumballs, and the gumballs, I know you've seen them. I've seen them, guys. I just want to make you laugh. And if you're part of Group 7, you probably want to laugh anyway, and whatever. But they're gumballs, and they look like eyeballs. Like, it has the eyeball in it. There's the veins, whatever, that you get what I'm saying. But they're gumballs that look like eyeballs. And I don't know why I had a whole bag of them. I don't know why I didn't put a bunch of them in there, but for whatever reason, I just put one gumball in there. And it may have been that was just the beginning, and maybe I did put more of them in there. But for the picture that I took, I only put one gumball eyeball in the punch. And it was all for Halloween. But it was in between working and being busy. And I just wanted to find a way to have a little bit of fun at that time, because I was pretty busy. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like um, there was a type of people that I wanted to share, like a type of energy that I wanted to have around me, that I've always wanted to have around me. And when I listened to, I'm going to say this, when I listened to Sophia James' song about um, So Unfair, there are different periods in my life where I've definitely felt like things were just not fair. Um, Guys, have you listened to the song? You know that all this got started because of Sophia James. So I definitely want to talk about her. Even though, guys, again, my channel is called Sunset Songs. I had said, okay, Spirit, higher self, give me a song, put a song in my mind, in my heart, whatever. That obviously at that point I hadn't heard her song, So Unfair. On another episode, maybe it'll be the next episode that when I go live, I'll share what the song was that came up in my mind. And I made it out to like a pizza party, whatever, but that's the next video. But I had another song that popped up for me, um, came up in my mind, and that's what I was gonna make the sunset song for that episode. And then I'm like, when I found out about Sophia James and her song, and I listened to it and all that, I'm like, well, obviously I can't take her idea and, talk about another artist and talk about another song. So that'll be for another time. So guys, I want to ask everybody that has joined, I want to say what's up to everybody. Hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Guys, what do you think about the song? What do you think about Sophia James' song? What do you think about the whole, wow, I mean, that was pretty brilliant what she did. She tricked the algorithm. Um, that what do you guys think? If you can let me know, like, are you a part of group 7? Were you a part of group 1? One thing that I'm thinking about right now, it makes me think of like a game show. And this is the way I wanted to present it the other night after, I decided I couldn't use the paperwork that I had written up. I thought about it. I'm like, okay, this kind of makes me think of like a game show. Like if you've watched any game shows, like maybe, oh, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Or, you know, they'll have all these, like, maybe it's usually like three different, like, okay, here is door 1, here's door 2, here's door 3. And I haven't watched Let's Make a Deal in a while, but usually with game shows, there might be a thing of like, okay, there's door 1, there's door 2, there's door 3. Okay, you go ahead and you pick which one you want. And then once you pick this one, after you've picked the door that, that you've picked, and then you're either gonna, whatever is behind the door, then you win that. And then they say, okay, I'm trying to remember, it's been a while since I've watched a game show, but the idea is, if I can remember right, is okay, before we show you what you have won, we're going to show you the other 2 doors that you didn't pick. So you go ahead and they show you, and it's like, oh my goodness, I just missed out on a trip to, I don't know, to the Bahamas. And then the next door is, I don't know, like, hopefully it's something terrible that you didn't want. And then, then maybe the door that you picked is the awesome, trip, or, something wonderful, that like a brand new car. That's the one that a lot of people, we want, is the brand new car. So I'm kind of looking at this and I'm thinking that way. It was like, okay, if I am in group 7, then what are the other doors before group 7 like? So what's door 1 like? What's group 2 like? What's group 3 like? What's 4, 5, 6? I feel pretty good about being a part of group 7, obviously. I gotta admit, I'm still catching on, trying to figure out every little thing about it or whatever. But I saw a couple of videos on YouTube where it was like people were saying, oh, if you're a part of group 7, you are just a part of a different energy, a different type of person. Group 7, you are, if you're watching this video, you're part of group 7, and I think the first one that I saw that really got my attention, they were talking about, and this is, what my channel's about. It's about abundance and manifestation. That's what my whole channel is about. Sunset Songs is about manifestation and my personal journey. And guys, I do want to share that my channel, some people say that the law of attraction is kind of like witchcraft. It, I don't, when I say witchcraft, to make you feel more comfortable, in the way that I look at it really is, which way do you want to go? Like which door? I'll say that. You may have just heard my cat Sasha. I call her my co-host here on my channel. You may have heard her make her little cat sounds that she makes because she's right here beside me right now. She just joined me. Again, my cat Sasha, my co-host. But anyhow, guys, when I say the law of attraction, and if you want to look at it again, some people look at it as witchcraft. When I say witchcraft, I look at it as, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go down the path of where you're going to be living, a boring, mundane life? Sasha, watch out, because I've got, hold on, guys. Let me move my cat. Okay, guys. I apologize. My cat was, interrupting. So I just had to move her over just a little bit in a very loving way because I love my cat. But anyhow, guys, basically when I say witchcraft, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go down the path or open the door? Which way do you want to live? Do you choose to live in a more of a life where you are trying to see what good could you wake up in the morning? What good could happen to me today? Like, that's the way I try to look at it. The first thing when I wake up in the morning, I try to look at it. I put my feet on the floor. I wake up, yawn, whatever. I get up, stand on my 2 feet. I think one of the first books that I ever read when I got into the law of attraction, which it may be the same for you if you are into the law of attraction, was the book The Secret. And one of the things that was shared in that book was, when you get up in the morning and before you place your feet on, get out of your bed in the morning, as you place your feet on the ground, one foot, thank you. Thank with one foot and you with the other. Thank you. You're just waking up and you're starting your day by saying thank you. I love that idea. And I try to include that. I try to remember that when I wake up in the morning. The fact that I have woke up, nobody had to help me get out of bed. Think about it. There are those that, wake up and they can't get their own self out of bed. So, or even just opening your eyes, you know what I mean? You have things to be thankful for. So the idea is, when I wake up in the morning, I try to think, what do I have to be thankful for today? I want to express my gratitude and say it. Thank you. Thank you for my life, my health, my strength, and for the fact that I've woke up this morning. You don't have to. It doesn't have to happen that way. So when I think about like the law of attraction, I think about, I'll even say it, I think about witchcraft. I think about, which way do you want to go? Are you going to choose to think negative, or are you going to choose to live life and just look at it as, okay, I just woke up and there's nothing to it? Or do you choose to look at it as in, what good could happen to me today? I'm going to try to call good things into my life. I'm going to speak good things into my life. When I look into a mirror, I'm going to say good things to myself. Like that's the way I look at it. Which way do you want to go? Do you choose to live life in a boring way, or do you choose to live it in more of a magical way? For a lot of time in my life, before I knew about the law of attraction and all that, I was always negative. I'm not saying that I don't wrestle with that today. I do. Obviously, I go by Shadow Girl Sherry. I have shadow work to do. But I struggle with it. I wrestle with it, but I work with it. So that's what I'm saying when I say the law of attraction and which way do you want to go? Witchcraft. And I'm not going to lie. Do I love the smell of incense? Do I work with herbs? Do I love flowers? Do I love nature? Do I love, the elements of nature, breath, fresh air, going outside? You go outside, there's air outside, fresh air to breathe. There's air in your lungs. We're part of it. So it's a magical life to me. Um, it, yeah. So I just wanted to share that. Um, I just wanted to share that, guys. And guys, just let me know, what group are you a part of? I just want to get you guys to kind of interact with me. And I also want to share right now that again, this whole idea of her song "So Unfair" and all that, and just the idea of it being about music. I'm just like, I've got to run with this as well. I've got to talk about this, and I got to see what Group 7, what's the energy here? How's everybody feeling? And I can just remember the first video that popped up for me. I Group 7. I'm like, wow, I've manifested something pretty good here. Um, I've manifested something pretty good here. I didn't know that it was going to take off into the direction that it was going into. I had no idea that it came from a song and someone trying to promote their album. So later on in other videos, I found that out. I looked it up and I'm like, what, give me some more information about it. And then I found out about all this. But the first video that popped up for me, it was a guy that was very clean cut. It was an African American guy. He had braided hair, the braids done real nice. He's dressed nice, rather attractive guy. Had a nice ring on his finger. I'm like, this looks like a group that I want to be a part of. Yeah. So from there, I looked up, other things, and even when I got on YouTube, there was a young lady that was on there, and she's like, if you're looking at this video, then obviously you're part of Group 7. And she starts talking about it, and everything that she said seemed like it was spot on for me. So I'm like, okay, Group 7 must be this, it's definitely for me. The algorithm picked the right person. The algorithm knows what it's doing. So that was that. And then the next video that came up about Group 7, I remember they were talking about abundance. The video was about wealth. It looked like it was AI generated, but obviously AI is very nicely done, whatever. But it was talking about abundance. It was talking, it showed trees, and trees are about abundance. Wow, guys, I've gotten another invite, and guys, thank you so much. I'm getting all these invites. There's just a part of me, guys, where I'm skeptical. I'm just wondering. I got to find out more about these invites and co-hosting and all that. Obviously, I say right now that my co-host is a cat. I have a cat co-host that is my cat Sasha. That's who I say my co-host is. But there's been a couple of people. When I go live, there's people that say that they want to, I'll say my channel's called Sunset Song, so I'll say they want to do a duet with me. They want to do a duet with me or whatever, and I just got to find out more about how that works, and then I'll be all up for it. If you can hear me or whatever, I apologize. It's just I don't know. I know that there are a lot of bots and things like that on TikTok, because there's been a couple of days where I have had to ghost, or I couldn't go live and I didn't get a chance to make a video. And then the algorithm started sending me videos about, okay, you everything was going good or whatever for a while, and you're not being I think they call it shadow banned. And that word caught me because I go by Shadow Girl Sherry. And they're like, okay, you're not being shadow banned, but it shadows something else that they called it. And they were saying it was because the algorithm now thinks, because you're not making videos or posting anything or whatever, it thinks that you aren't real. Like, I guess it thinks you're a bot or whatever. You're not real. And because you're just watching videos but you're not making anything, you're not making content. And I'll be getting, before that I was getting things, oh, you're your content, you're going to be going a long way and everything. And I'm like, oh, I want to get back on. I want to make a video. And then I'm like, but I'm not one that I want to just jump on and just, I want to have something that I'm going to be talking about, and I want to be passionate about it. And when I'm passionate about, obviously about something, I could talk forever. So, I'm feeling pretty passionate about this whole group 7 thing, guys. And, again, I'm going to talk about that video with the tree that caught me, because I'm like, trees obviously are about abundance. You think about money. You think about, there's that saying, money doesn't grow from trees, or you get what I'm saying. But it makes you think about money. You think about paper. It makes you think about money. Trees, they, right now they're losing their leaves, obviously, because we're in the season of Halloween. We're in Scorpio season right now. So trees are losing their leaves, but come spring, they're abundant. The leaves are going to grow. They're going to grow back again. They're going to regenerate. So trees obviously are about abundance and growth, and they start from a seed and they work their way up. I've got some trees in my yard that I'm going to share this. I have a tree in my yard that belongs to that started. We got the tree when we lost a family member, and it was actually two different trees in my yard. Is from family members, from the death of family members. And we planted a tree in their memory. And it was just a tiny seed that you couldn't see. You put it in the ground, you put the water into it, and then because it's outside, obviously the Mother Earth, whatever, the universe. I mean, that it's just a part of the elements of nature. There's going to be rain that's going to come down, and it's in my area. It's raining right now. The rain is gonna come down, and you get what I'm saying. I'm a little bit tired right now, but the rain is naturally going to come down from the sky and water the seed. I mean, there's times that, I got to go out and I got to water my plants. But when it comes to the trees, the water comes down. Obviously, it rains from the sky. You got a seed, and it grows. And what used to be this tiny little seed that you couldn't see has come up, and it's a tall tree. And trees are about abundance, obviously. And again, I said it already. We are in Scorpio season right now, and it's so said that during Scorpio season, if you think about it, this is a time of like death. Like, obviously it's Halloween. People are wearing costumes. You're seeing pumpkins. You're seeing skeletons and different things like that. There's the idea of like a death energy. But even the death tarot card, when it comes to tarot, and guys, I do talk about tarot here on my channel here and there. If you're into things like tarot cards, I haven't gotten a crystal ball yet, but I'd love to get one. I'm into those types of things. And again, I did say that my channel is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction, where, I do things that are a little bit witchy. I haven't had a chance to watch like The Craft or anything this season. I'm sometime along the way, I'm gonna sneak that in. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to. But again, I had to think about TikTok and my channel and keeping it alive. So, and coming on here with you guys, which I love doing. It's, I love going live, and I love connecting with you guys and reaching out and meeting, talking to different people. And guys, I just want you guys to engage with me. Guys, if you're feeling the things that I'm saying, I do want to say also that I love candles. Hearts are great. I love hearts. Obviously, I got a big heart myself. But I love candles. Right now, the first time that I went live, I centered it around the idea of a candle. I worked with I work with the elements of nature a lot. I work with the phases of the moon and all that, and the zodiac signs, all that. It's all a journey, and I include all that stuff in my journey. The tarot cards, all that. I use them as assistants, but candles I use as assistants as well. The first time I went live, I basically explained to you guys that I call myself Shadow Girl Sherry, but it's also about lighting a light. And the first time I went live, I basically explained something about having a bit of a community altar. I have something set up where I look at it as an altar. Really, it is a 3-wick candle. And guys, this is so funny. I want to share this. The first candle that I started working with, the first time I went live, the first candle that I started burning, and I look at this candle and I let you guys in on the fact that I was burning a candle. Even in that first live lights, camera, action, you're going to see a candle in that picture for that live lights, camera, action. That was the idea that was the first time I went live. So it was the idea of, I didn't come forward. You don't know what I look like, but me coming out on stage was basically, the idea was that I was getting over a little bit of stage fright because I was so nervous the first time that I went live. I was nervous about talking. The original thing was during the Lionsgates portal, the idea is I wanted to be bold, and I kind of wanted to come out and show you guys what I look like, but I was a little bit of a cowardly lion. I didn't come out and let you guys know what I look like. I'm not saying that I think I'm hideous or whatever, but for me, it's still kind of like a safety thing. I just don't think it's the best thing the way people now, but for me, it's still kind of like a safety thing. I just don't think it's the best thing the way people now, but imagine if it's, you used to like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things. You're lighting the candle. When you light that candle, you like, share, subscribe, you're lighting the candle with me. And when you light me, it's, I'm lighting the candle within you. I'm a candle with you. Because obviously you're listening and you're sharing and you're subscribing and you're passing a message on. And the my community with the attraction growing, community because you're liking, you're clicking, you're subscribing, you are in my life, leaving heart in my lives. You're letting me know that, I'm lighting for you, I'm lighting a fire within you. It's not just about me, it's you as well. And I try to burn that candle every day. And the funny thing about that, guys, that particular candle again was the scent of it was sunset guava. Guys, in this picture that I have right now that you're looking at, I had to make the picture smaller in order to fit it here, for TikTok. But the picture was out, it was bigger. The picture was bigger. There's another side to it that I couldn't fit in for the, in the screen. So on the other side of the picture, there's a plant. And that was a plant. I don't have the plant anymore. It wasn't my plant. It was my grandmother's plant, but the plant died. We don't have it anymore. But, I said, you know what? I'm all about working with herbs. I love working with flowers. I love, finding out, going places, taking pictures of flowers that I'm drawn to. And then later on, I come home and I find out what I'm drawn to the flower. So I look up information on it. And the idea is later on, I want to bring it to you guys. I want to share. I'm on my journey and I'm seeing a beautiful flower or a tree or whatever. And I'm like, let me take a picture of it. Let me find out what it is. And sometime along the way, I'm going to go live or I'm going to make a video and I'm going to share with the energy or what you could use that tree or that flower for. What's its spiritual meaning? How could you use it if you were doing like a spell or you were working with witchcraft? What would you use it for? So I always think about you guys, even when I'm out, I'm taking pictures, whatever. But with that being said, in this picture that you're looking at right now, there was a plant. I couldn't remember I didn't know what the plant was. It wasn't my plant, but I looked up, I took a, screenshot, whatever, of the picture. You get what I'm saying? Of the picture that has, the plant in it, and I looked up the plant. Now, I think that, the search whatever got it wrong. I don't think that I think that the search got it wrong. But it said that it was a guava. Like it was this plant would actually grow the fruit guava. And I thought that was so funny because, guys, I looked at it as like a sign of manifestation because, guys, again, I just said it, the first candle that I ever started working with you guys, and I love candles, but the first candle that I ever started working with when I started going live and I said, okay, I'm making a community altar where I'm trying to light this candle every day. And I'm thinking about you guys, I'm thinking about myself, my own personal journey, but my channel is about my personal journey with the law of attraction, where I'm trying to take you by the hand and have you guys join with me. People that are trying to be positive, trying to look at life and not look at it in a mundane way, but look at it in a magical way where you're trying to enjoy life. You're trying to live it. You're trying to be present in your life. So I thought it was funny that here I look up the plant, and even though I think the plant was wrong, I think it was wrong. I didn't see any guava. I don't ever remember any guava growing from that little plant that I had, sitting on a table, right? So I think it got it wrong for whatever reason. That's what I think. But I think that it was just it was kind of funny that here the first candle that I started working with that I said was from our community altar. I'm lighting every day thinking about you guys, whether I get to make a video or not. I try to light the candle every day. And it's a 3-wick candle. And 3 is the number of creation, right? 3 is the number of creation. And this is all about creating something, right? 3 is the number of creation, right? 3 is the number of creation. And this is all about creating something, right? And I look it up, and here's the candle. The first candle that I started working with for our community altar is called Sunset Guava. That was the name of the candle, scent of the candle. I look it up, and here it says that this plant. I look it up, and here it says that this plant that was on, in my house years ago. Now this picture's old. This was years ago. And I don't have the plant anymore. The plant died. But don't look at that as a negative thing, but because that was years ago. I hadn't even thought about my channel Sunset Songs, even though I feel like Sunset Songs has always been in my heart because I've always loved music. I remember being a young girl, and I'll go back in sometime and let you guys know how I feel Sunset Songs really got started. It got started, I feel, when I was a young girl. I've always loved music. I mean, I don't know many people that don't love music, but I mean, I really love music, and I'll always share that with you guys, as when I make my episodes, and obviously when I talk about songs and stuff. But the plant, when I looked it up from the picture, and maybe that's kind of what made it fuzzy. And it was a mistake. Everything makes mistakes. AI, Google, whatever, but it came up and it says it was like a guava plant. It said it was a guava, and I'm like, okay, I never saw any guava fruit growing from that small indoor plant, but I don't know, maybe it was. I don't know, but either way, I think it's pretty magical that it showed up like that. And here I'm working with a candle that's Sunset Guava, guys. Guys, I'm gonna right now. I told you guys I'm long-winded. I've actually gone over, I'm in 4 minutes and 44 seconds, guys. Make a wish right now. Think about something you're trying to ground into the universe. You're saying it's already done. It's manifested. You've planted the seeds and it's shown up. Ground into the universe. You're saying it's already done. It's manifested. You've planted the seeds and it's shown up. Because 444 is a very stable, grounded. If you think about a chair, it has four legs, and if that chair didn't have 4 legs and it only had 2, that wouldn't be much of a chair because it wouldn't be holding you up. So the number 4 is a very grounded, stable, very, very rooted number. With that being said, I want you to think about word 4 is a very grounded, stable, very, very rooted number. With that being said, I want you to think about we're joined together as a collective right now, and that's pretty powerful. You could look at it as a prayer, affirmation, whatever, but we're saying it's already done. I want you to think about something that you're saying is already yours, and we're saying that the universe is wrapping it up right now, and it's about to deliver about something that you're saying is already yours, and we're saying that the universe is wrapping it up right now, and it's about to deliver it to you. It's yours. Okay, so think about it. We're collective right now, but either way, guys, right now I'm at the point right now where it's at the point right now where I've gone to that. Now I get to sell the number 333, another very magical number, threes together. If you take 333, it's a magical number. I won't go into it just because of time, but right now, because I see that I have a pretty good amount of people still watching, I think I'm going to drag this over. It's a puzzle piece that comes up. I'm going to drag it over, and I'm going to talk just a little bit longer. I don't know how much longer, but I'll talk a little bit longer. Oh gosh, guys, let me try it again. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, guys. I hope that you could hear me when I was talking. There's a puzzle piece that comes over that once you get ready, you've gone over an hour, which I always do. There's a puzzle piece that comes over, and you have to take it over, drag it over, and join it up, and then everything's good. So I've done that, and I've decided to go a little bit longer. Probably not going to be able to go longer to keep going live for much longer. It's 2:03 in the morning. But I'm taking advantage of it because right now I just have the opportunity to do it. And I'm also doing it because of the fact that I want TikTok to know that I'm trying to put some effort in here. I can't do it every day. I kind of feel like there's definitely days that I don't work, I don't get a chance to definitely go live. And there's some days that I don't get a chance to make even the smallest video. I try to do that thing where you do a text and you send it out. And again, I'll share with you guys again, I did that thing where I tried to use the group 7 thing, but the algorithm didn't push it out because I hadn't did anything in a couple of days, and it didn't get pushed out. Even though I was talking about group 7, guys, I thought that right now going live would give me a chance to open the energy of group 7 up, because group 7 it wasn't helping me with that particular. Maybe you guys will go and put some likes on that for me. You'll go and light that up for me. That it's basically, I was saying, a pizza party, and I'm going to come back and work with that idea another time, because of the fact that I did paperwork on that and made it look real cute and everything to draw your attention in. But I didn't get to work with it because I found out about Sophia James, and I didn't want to take away from her and in her song So Unfair. But again, I thought that was again, I hope you guys could hear what I was saying when I had to drag the puzzle piece over or whatever. But I was talking about a plant, and in another time when I go live, I'll show you what that plant looked like. But it said that it was a guava plant. And again, the first candle that I ever started working with you guys, that I say that, it's for our community altar. I try to light it, and I want to get it down to the point to where it's kind of hard to do. I try to work with the wax for my candles. I try to burn it. I had went to a gathering a while ago, and guys, I'm going to tell you something. We were all gathered together. It was either full, you know what? I think it was for the full moon, either for the full moon or new moon. And I think it was a full moon. I think it was the sturgeon moon, maybe. And I think that is the moon that may come up. Sturgeon moon might be the full sturgeon moon, may be the one that I believe comes up maybe in August. It's either July or August. You have to look it up. I've kind of forgotten, whatever. But, I had went to a gathering, and candle is it was basically self. It was like a relief, something that you're trying to clear out of your life. And the idea was I love the idea. But I didn't let the candle burn all the way down. It was a white candle, you take the candle, you put it in water, put it in like a bowl of water, and you light the candle. And when you light the candle, you pray with it. You talk about like what you're trying to release, you talk about it. And as the candle burns down, the water is going to help the candle to burn down, it's going to help. You're going to burn the candle every time you work with the candle, you light the candle, you burn it. It's sitting down in water. Like, it's a glass candle. Obviously it's got glass around the candle, so it's not going to go all in the water or whatever, but it's a glass candle. You set it down in the water, and in the bowl of water. And I do think that the water, if I have to look it up, but I do think the idea, it's been a while, but I think the idea of the water was maybe it had to be fairly warm. I could be wrong. Here comes my cat again. I have to look that up. I don't want to lie. But you set it in water. Now, again, I got to look it up whether it's warm or not, whatever. But you take the candle, the glass candle, you set it down in the water, you light the candle, and as the candle's burning, whatever, you're saying a prayer. You're praying with the candle. You're talking with the candle. It's kind of like the candle's your friend. And the idea is you want the candle to burn completely down. You don't want anything left in that glass container. Guys, I had some things going on in my life at that point that I'm thinking, man, everything is working out so well. I can't believe how well things are working out. But the idea, if I can remember right, it was a time of release. You were supposed to release something. And as you release, you're bringing something else in. You have to release something, and then you're calling something else in, if I can remember right. But I do want to share that idea of, I had the candle, and there were things that seemed like were going so well in my life, right? And I do believe in it. I believe in this stuff. I don't do it for fun. And the thing about it was, I didn't get a chance to have that candle burn all the way down. The candle, I never got a chance to take time and really work with it and sit with it and pray with it, and have the candle really make a connection and whatever with the candle. And I never got a chance to do that, to talk to it, to pray with it, to make affirmations over it, whatever, and to sit with it, concentrate, all that different stuff. I didn't get a chance to do that. And I didn't even get that candle down halfway. And it seemed like everything started to mess up, because I really do believe I didn't finish it. So there's a part of me that thinks that, okay, so what if I finished it? Would the things that I was trying to manifest, would it happen? Because it seemed like it was happening, but then I didn't finish it. And it's kind of like I've read things and seen things where it says that, okay, if you started something like that and you didn't finish it, basically the energy's still out there and it's in limbo. It's in limbo. It's still out there, but you have to finish it. So I haven't finished it yet. So it's up in there. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know if it had something to do with that. But guys, I'm sorry. I do believe in this stuff. And if you have ever, really gotten into tarot, like, and I'm not saying like go to a tarot reader, because I've done that. I did that years ago, and they would pick up on things. I'm not going to lie. I feel like they picked up on things, but there was something so different when I got my own deck. When I went to the store, I got my own deck, and that could be like, you could get an oracle deck, or you get the Rider-Waite. I went, I started watching videos, and I found out about the Rider-Waite. I went and I got it. I started working with it. My best friend had told me about how she had heard that, you could actually put them under your pillow, like put them in your bed with you, and they pick up on your energy at least 3 nights. And, but the more you keep them to yourself, don't let other people touch them and all that. You have it to yourself. It's like you've made a connection with them. And I feel like if you have ever done that, you know that there's something about it, that it's not a game. Like, it's not, I've had enough readings to let me know that it's like, no, that reading wasn't for anybody else. That was for me. That reading was for me. And see, I was working with my own cards. I'm the only person that's touched my tarot cards. I went to the store, I picked them out. Obviously it's a Rider-Waite deck, so there's so many of them, but I picked them out. I put my energy on them. I touched them. They're mine. I put my money on them. They're mine. And when I do the readings, I clear my energy. If you've ever done that and you've worked with tarot cards, you know that there's something real about it. Things might be a little bit off here and there, but for the most part, there's always some type of a message in there. I'm still learning about it. How is it like that? It's so weird, but it's real. And there's something about it, like, but maybe some people find that scary, but to me, it's assistance. And I just kind of feel like I didn't finish the energy. I didn't finish it. So it's up in limbo. I read that. Like, if you start something and you don't finish it, oh, here's my cat. It's in limbo. So I really do feel like it's still out there. Like, I burnt the candle, so the energy is in the air, whatever. It's out, it's still in limbo, but I never finished it. Whether it was supposed to be, it was supposed to happen, I didn't work it. So I don't know, but it seemed like everything was trying to fall into place, and I didn't finish it. And I'm telling you, from that point on, it seemed like things went haywire. Of course, we are in the year right now of the snake, and the year of the snake, is said to be a time of change. It's said to be, it's about transformation, and it's about change, because if you were to go outside, see a snake skin in like the grass or whatever, the idea of it is snakes shed their skin. So when they shed their skin, they're leaving something behind. They're changing. So this is the year of the snake. It's said that if you're having a hard time, you're having hard times right now, you're experiencing a lot of chaos, change right now, you're right where you're supposed to be, because by next year, 2000, and even if you add the year 2025 up, 2025, you add it up, it equals out to be a number 9. So this is a year of change. Next year will be a number 10 year. And you take that number and you have the number 1. Whenever you have a 0, the number 0, it amplifies the number that it's beside. So you're thinking about the number 1, number uno. Now who's that about? That's about you. And it's the first number where it's doubled. Okay, you're leaving out of a single digit number, you're going into a double. So, and that double happens to have a 0 beside it. So you've got a 1, a 0 about you, and it's doubled. So come on now, guys, that's a lot of energy. So for whatever reason, I wanted to share that, but I wanted to say, guys, I was talking about a candle. I didn't work that spell down. I didn't work it. So it said that it's still in limbo. I guess if I finished it, it's an old candle. I don't know. It hasn't been it's a long story, but either way, the reason why I started talking about this is because I have the candle that I'm working with you guys. And my idea is, when I take it, I want to use every little bit of that candle. The candle, if it doesn't burn down, you can turn them into wax melts, and I want to melt it. And I just want you guys to come and tell me, as I'm making the videos and stuff, let me know how you're doing. Just kind of let me know how you're doing. I'm working with it, and I'm thinking about you guys. I think about you guys. I think about it, and I look at it as an altar. And again, every time you choose to like, click, share, subscribe. I did say in that very first time that I went live, that candle was unlit. It was a 3-wick candle. It's Sunset Guava. That's the name of it. So it's a guava scented candle. It smells amazing. And in that first video, it wasn't lit. That was because I was wondering, I was very, very nervous. I'm thinking, is anybody going to join my live? I'm nervous, but I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to take a chance on myself. I'm going to take a chance on this, and I'm going to go live. And that's what I did. I do believe that I may have had I think it may have been like 13 subscribers, or not subscribers, 13 people maybe that I had for that first live. It was something like that, close to 13. I do believe it was 13. May have been less, but I think it was 13. Maybe the second time I went live, it was 13. It's something like that. Um, but then it wasn't long before it was like 36 people and it built up from there. But the first time I went live, I did have people that joined me. And that made me feel good. For that first time I went live, the candle wasn't lit. The 3-wick candle, none of the wicks were lit. I explained that to you all that first time. The second time I went live, you'll notice it was titled "A Stage, Not a Cage." And with that picture in that, for that live, the candle was lit. The reason why the candle was lit was because people joined the first live. So basically you let me know that there were people that listened to me. So it lit a candle in me and let me know, okay, well, you know what, come back and go live a second time. And that's why the candle was lit. And I do want to say that again, every time you choose to like, click, share, subscribe, you're keeping that candle lit. And it's all about the path. It's all about us doing this together. And that's what the candle's about. And I do want to share that right now is Halloween. It's around about that time, we're days within Halloween. I have a candle that's lit right now at 2:17 in the morning. I have a candle that's lit right now. That's basically, again, the community altar. It's setting in something that looks a little bit like a pot, like I'm brewing something up. It kind of looks like a soup pot, but it's it makes it portable. So if I want to take the candle, if I want to burn incense, it looks like there's something. If I put the incense down, it looks like there's something brewing, a witch's pot or something brewing, or with the incense. And I have the candle in there. It's the type of pot where it actually has a ladle. I think it's called a ladle. It's like a big spoon that you would serve with. So it's like this is a community, and we're doing this together. And if with the ladle or the spoon or whatever, I could take it. If it were soup, I could share it. This wouldn't be. It's too big of a pot for one person. So I could take, if I made soup in this, I could share with a bunch of different people. And that's the idea of the candle. It's not just about me, it's about you as well. So I take the candle, I light incense from it, I from the pot, I burn the candle from it. Right now at 2:19 in the morning, the candle is lit. It smells amazing. Before I made the video, I had an incense that I lit. That was basically, I'm saying, to release any negative energy that there could be, and trying to get this thing going. And I say a couple of things before I go live, and here we are, and the candle's still lit. And I just want to let you guys know that. And kind of, you could look at it as a witch's brew, whatever, but I've also read that a cauldron is basically like a womb. And if you think about a womb, something's created in a womb. In a woman's womb, there, things are birthed from that. Things are created there. That's where life comes from. So I have read and heard and all that's basically what a witch's cauldron is. And I've even heard that I've read that if you look at a witch's hat, the black witch's hat, guys, and it's Halloween, so that's why I want to share this stuff with you. Even if you look at a witch's hat, I hope you guys just heard what I said, because TikTok just sent me a little message saying that my phone was unstable or whatever. But even if you take a witch's hat, if you take it and you turn it upside down, it's kind of like the shape of, I believe, what is it, the uterus? Like you see like the fallopian tubes, you see the female reproductive system. And the idea of it is basically, if you turn that witch's hat upside down, that's what it looks like. It's feminine energy. And feminine energy is from where things happen. And even the color black. You have a black witch's hat. Black is a powerful color. All the colors of the rainbow, everything, you mix it all together, you have black. And it's like the void. That's where things happen. if you think about a plant, I just talked about plants earlier. If you take a seed, you put it in the ground, it's dark under there. It's dark under there. Nobody in from the top of the soil, people could walk around it, could walk over top of it, whatever. They wouldn't know that seed's in there until it comes up. So it's kind of like a pregnant woman, that a woman could be pregnant and she wouldn't have to let you know until she starts showing. So it's her secret. But it's in there. You can't see it, but it's there. So that's just what I want to tell you about the color black, and the cauldron, the idea of the cauldron, and the idea of the witch's hat. It's feminine energy, and if you take a witch's hat, you turn it upside down. It what is it? The fallopian tubes, all that. If you look at it and you use your imagination, which I don't have a hard time doing that, guys. I took a mirror the second time I went live, and I turned it into a stage. So guys, right now it is 2:22 in the morning. Guys, I'm about to shut this down before long. To think about the next day that I have coming up. We're in a new day right now, but the number 222 is a powerful number. Obviously, it's an angel number. You have 2, 3 times. There is an idea of like duets. There is an idea of coupling. I'll say coupling, teamwork. Again, I said duets because I'm thinking about music, because my channel is called Sunset Songs. I've actually had people that have tried to have me duet with them tonight and team up and go live and do it like a co-host thing. But again, I want to apologize if any of those people can hear me. It's just the point that I got to find out more about that. And once that's done, then hey, we'll see what happens. If any of those people can hear me, it's just the point that I got to find out more about that. And once that's done, then hey, we'll see what happens. But the number 222, think about the angel number, think about teams, think about teamwork. Guys, I know that we're talking about group 7, but obviously any type of a group, even though I'm talking about twos right now, 222, anytime you have 2 people together, you got the idea of like starting a group. So right now I'm talking about group 7, but you wouldn't have to be a part of group 7. You could have been group 1, group 2, group 3, 4, 5, or 6, whoever. This was like an invite to let you guys in. And basically what you're looking at right now is a picture that I actually was taken in my house. And it was years ago. It was at Halloween, and I'm not lying to you when I say that I was just fumbling around, and I haven't seen this picture in years. And a couple of days ago, I'm going to say it was probably about a week ago, I came across this picture. And this is just a picture taken one year at Halloween. Again, I was busy working a job that was kind of draining. Had a uniform I had to wear when I went to work. It was pretty exhausting, second shift, get off late. My best friend and I at that point, we were calling ourselves vampires, because if we went in a certain time of day, you go to work at a certain time of day, and at this time of year, it seemed like we never saw the light of day. So we called ourselves vampires. And right now it's fitting because, obviously it's the time of Halloween. But I wanted to share this picture with you guys because at that point, I think it would have been pretty nice to know about like a group 7 at that time. Obviously I would have had to have more stuff on the table for the entire group 7. Or I'd probably say definitely for group 7, but for group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or if we wanted to take all of them and join them up. It just seems like the way I understand group 7 is very popular, obviously, but positive is the idea that I'm getting about group 7. I just got a thing that's saying that my phone's unstable. I'm trying to be as what's the word I'm looking for? Stable and as not shaking and all that as I can be. But anyhow, guys, again, the table that you're looking at right now, again, the picture, I like used my phone. It couldn't have did this back at the time when anyhow. I remastered the picture. I hope you guys like the way I made it out to look. I don't know if this was the oil painting version of it or, for my phone or whatever, but, you see the tablecloth. It actually, you may not be able to tell, but it was actually orange. It was the color orange, like a pumpkin for Halloween. And I'll go ahead and share right now that orange is the color of the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is all about creation. I've been talking about creation a lot tonight. I've talked about the idea of the witch's cauldron. I've talked about the idea of the witch's hat, creation, and now I'm talking about obviously the sacral chakra. That with a woman, obviously the womb, it's creation. So the sacral chakra is all about creation, and the color of it is orange. And the original color for the tablecloth in this picture was orange. Now, because I remastered it and whatever, it kind of looks red. It kind of looks red. Um, Kind of looks red, and man, that just made me think of a movie that I watched recently. Um, I guess that's a whole other video, so I won't go into it. But for whatever reason, I keep thinking of the movie when I look at this. I think about this movie. I think it was it Ruby? I think Ruby's Bucket of Blood. Um, I watched it for whatever reason, but uh, Angela Bassett played in the movie, and I'm just looking at, because right here it looks red, and then I'm looking at the punch, which it's not red. The punch is, I think it was either Coke or Dr. Pepper that I used for the punch, and whatever. But that's just what it's making me think of. But Angela Bassett, I've got to watch it, but I may have seen where it's American Horror Story or something. I think that it was, I if I'm not mistaken, I think that um, Angela Bassett played the part of, is it Marie? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Marie Laveau. Maria. Guys, I don't want to get to lying, because that's another person that I want to get some books about her, and right now I got to start with making sure that I know how to pronounce her name right. But I think if you're watching this, you may already know, and if you're into like witchy things, you may already know who I'm talking about. But either way, you probably know, if whether you're into it or not, you probably already know who Angela Bassett is. She's a very popular actress. But anyhow, she also played in a movie called, I do believe it was Ruby's Bucket of Blood. I'd like to talk about that movie sometime, but that's a whole other video. But guys, I just wanted to share this picture with you guys. I'm happy to share this picture because I took it again at a time where I was busy, and I was just trying to sneak things in because I just had a lot of things going on, and I'm like, Halloween is not going to come and go, and I'm not going to celebrate it. I love Halloween. So what you're looking at is a fondue pot. It was a cheese fondue. I think that particular fondue, it was a special type of fondue. I may have got, I just remember it was different. I don't know if I added something to it, like at a recipe, but I think that I maybe had bread. There's a other half to the picture that I'll put up, for another live, but you're just looking at this one right now. And but it is a fondue pot. There's a cheese fondue in it. Fondue, I think, was a real popular thing in like the 70s. But again, what I always liked about the idea of a fondue pot, I like the old fashioned ones, but the idea that I liked about a fondue pot was the idea of sharing. It wasn't just for one person. With COVID and all that crazy stuff and way things, you kind of think about, what I mean? But I just like the idea of a fondue pot. You have at least two forks. This one had a couple of different forks. Um, Yeah, and you have the candle that you put under and it burns or whatever. Now I like this one, but I had something went wrong and I had to get rid of that fondue pot. But I've since got a newer updated version, and it's like a more of a romantic kind of themed fondue pot. I got it around about Valentine's Day. I had somebody that, that's a whole other story. I won't get it started, but it's like a romantic, like Valentine's theme, like fondue pot. So it's different. But really the one that I like better was this old fashioned one. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, I like it because it kind of puts me in that idea of, there's the punch with punch. It's not about one person. You share it with everybody. The fondue pot's about sharing. The altar that I have is a community altar. It's about sharing. If this pot were filled with soup, it would be about sharing. It wouldn't just be about one person. It comes with the spoon, whatever. I can make soup in this and, share it with a bunch of different people. So, and I like that idea. That's the idea that I like about a fondue pot. I always like that idea. And I kind of feel like with my channel, I can share pictures and things like this. Whereas back in the day, if I had taken the picture, there may have been people around me that may not be share the same idea about things and things that I want to talk about right now. But when I come on live, obviously anybody who opens the door enjoys the live, I'll say, um, it's going to be somebody that's like-minded. So I'm sharing these pictures with people that obviously I didn't know. I don't know you in real life, but I kind of feel like that because you're watching this, if we did meet up in real life, we could possibly be friends in real life. So, with that being said, guys, I hope that you will choose to join me here on TikTok, uh, Shadow Girl Sherry Shadow Closet. On YouTube again, you can look up Shadow Girl Sherry. I try to include that as a hashtag, Shadow Girl Sherry Shadow Closet. But my main channel, I introduce myself as Shadow Girl Sherry, but my main channel that I always, have to mention again, just like I say Shadow Girl Sherry, my main channel is called Sunset Songs, and my channel Sunset Songs is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. Where if you're watching this, you most likely already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. Through your positive thoughts, thinking, hanging out with positive people, doing positive things. It's so said that you would be attracting the positive back into your life because you're hanging out with positive people, doing positive things. You're attracting the positive. On the other hand, which it's not my idea here, that if you're hanging out with negative people, doing negative things, uh, repeatedly doing negative things, then such the same, you would be attracting negative back into your life. Even though I'm going to say this as well, this is within the second hour of me being in this live, and I should have said it earlier. Guys, I do want you to know that, my channel is called Sunset Songs. I'm always trying to focus on the positive, but being that I do call myself Shadow Girl Sherry, that's the energy of light and dark together. Just like a sunset really is. It's the idea of light and dark together because you've got the sun that rose early in the day, but by night, when the sun sets, you're getting ready to bring out the energy of the moon. So that's two. So with that being said, I know that I have shadow work to do. It's not always going to be, gumdrops with Shadow Girl Sherry because I've got shadow work to do. And normally on my other videos, I'm talking about group 7 and this whole thing with and you know what? I can even talk about it now because the song by Sophia James is called So Unfair. So there is going to be some shadow kind of things that I'm going to be talking about because obviously life isn't fair all the time. Okay? Life isn't fair all the time, but just like Sophia found a way to use her song, she broke that algorithm, and she's promoting her song and found a awesome way to do it. I'm always trying to transmute the negative energy and turn it into positive, right? That's why I have a candle and all that. But I do go by Shadow Girl Sherry, so I have to mention that this is a world of duality. So there's positive things, but there's negative as well. But my idea is to transmute it. At the same time, I'm going to have to mention as well that I got to say this: we're talking about Group 7, guys. The last time I went live, I was actually talking about. I got to say it, for the longest time. I didn't say her name because I tried to make it like a quiz, or like um, a trick question or whatever. And there was a whole way that I went around that I found a way to do that. And I got to be more stable because my phone just said that I got to be more stable or whatever. Maybe I was moving too much. But the last video that I actually made was about dark energy. I got to be real. My channel is called Sunset Songs, so there's the energy of the sun, but there's also the energy of the sunset. And then after the sunset, obviously we got the moon coming. So there's darkness, but then again, there's always light because, of course, there's stars. But with that being said, the last video that I made, I was talking about dark energy, and I was talking about a book. I don't have the book in front of me, so I can't tell you the name of it, but I have a little bit of a book club. There is a book that I here and there, I want to have a book that's ongoing, just like I have a altar going for us, a community altar. I also want to, I'm always reading. I love to read. And right now, the book that I decided, I ordered off, got it. Um, there is a uh, girl, lady that's pretty popular, I'd say. Anyway, I see a lot of videos about her. And it was one of my more popular uh, lives, and one of my more popular videos when I just randomly talked about her. Shira 7. Shira 7. You may have heard of her. Now, I hope that that's not going to deter anybody. Again, I think she's pretty popular. She has got elixirs. She has got, I believe it's a cosmetic line called Level Up Cosmetics, I do believe. She's got, I believe, shirts, hats, um, and she's got books. One book that she has is, I believe, is called, oh, I Bring Nothing to the Table. And basically, Shira 7 is really about manipulating men. I gotta be honest. She's about manipulating men. But the reason why I got her book was because when I first started my channel, I had already named my channel Sunset Songs. So again, there's the energy of a shadow there. Even though I wanted to talk about music and happiness and all that wonderful stuff and sunlight and all that, I called it Sunset Songs. There's another reason behind that as well. The reason why I called it Sunset Songs, and it was because I don't want to go into all that, but it was basically another idea about it was because of the timing that I like to listen to music a lot of times, and it was a big thing during COVID-19. The timing as to when I would find time to really enjoy music. So, and it was around about sunset. There's a whole other story about that, but guys, if you want that story, you'll have to come back and join me again. But when I first started making my channel, I called my channel Sunset Songs. The next thing I know, because I wasn't showing up and making an appearance in my videos, I called myself Shadow Girl. And then before long, I just added my name, which is Sherry. My mom named me Sherry. So I went ahead and I joined the two up, and I called myself Shadow Girl Sherry. I kept seeing these videos pop up. And at that point, I had no idea what shadow work was. And what happened was I had no idea about shadow work, even though I was talking about the law of attraction. And, I've always been drawn to kind of witchy things, witchy movies, The Craft, practical magic, all that different stuff. But I didn't know, I had no idea what shadow work was. But here I was calling myself Shadow Girl Sherry. And I kept noticing this particular person pop up. And in the algorithm, just like Sophia James, Group 7 took off, she found a way to, to crack the code. The algorithm kept sending me videos about about this with this particular young woman and young lady, whatever, and who it was. I kept seeing her and I'm thinking, oh, she's right, cute girl, whatever. And then after a while I started to take notice, like out of the corner of my eyes, okay, wait a minute, why do I keep getting these videos? I finally started to take a couple listens to her, and she caught me. And there were some things that maybe I didn't agree with. It was too harsh. I'm not big on manipulating people. I'm not about manipulating. If I could manipulate, I would say I want to manipulate energy. I want to manipulate energy. I want to be able to work with the universe. I'm not about manipulating people. At least if I do, I'm not aware of it. I'll say that. But I'll say that I've had my experiences where I have been manipulated. Shadow Girl Sherry, it hasn't been the easiest. And some of the things that she says, it's like, hey, I got to take a listen to it. But either way, I've got to take it. I had to stop and listen to her because the algorithm kept sending her videos to me. And it's like, okay, this is something that you could work with, at least some of it. So I'm like, Shadow Girl Sherry, I found out about this book, this particular book, which this book isn't the one, which maybe I'll make that a book club book just to see what it's about. It's, what I bring nothing to the table. And again, she's talking about manipulating men. And I think Summer Walker may have come up with a song that, the way I understand it, in Shira, she got her inspiration from Shira 7. So I got this book. I don't have it in front of me. It's about dark energy, and obviously it's out there, it's available. So I wanted to find out about it. Obviously, I called myself Shadow Girl Sherry. I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing what's out there, because like if you don't know about it and somebody tries to pull some kind of game on you, well, they'll beat and got you. So that's my idea. So I did want to share that if you come on and you're in group 7, you're all about being positive and all that, there's going to be times that I am going to be talking about things that isn't all about sunshine and roses. And see, Sophia James did call her song So Unfair. And I have had a lot of points in my life where I felt like, man, this is unfair. Like, why is this happening to me? So, I can talk about the song. And again, it's funny that it's group 7, because right before I got that video about, the fact that, hey, you're a part of group 7. And I'm like, what's group 7? Let me find out about group 7. I had just made a video about Shira 7. And again, she's like kind of like a relationship guru. She's especially about talking to young women and letting them know the game. And for everybody, anybody, the channel's for everybody, but she's all about that dark energy. And she doesn't play when she says that, she's a witch. She just says, hey, no beating around the bush, I'm a witch. And there it is. So I wanted to share that and let you guys know that, obviously I'm always trying to make things upbeat, but when there's something dark, and it's something that I'm not, it can be transmuted. That's my idea. So I did want to share that if you pop on and you see the book, you hear about the book, please don't look at it in a negative way. Like I'm trying to be, negative, but I just think it's good to know what's out there. And I'll say this again. If everything were my way, if I had an army, I said it before in my last video, if I had an army and everything were my way, I made everything up, then it would be an army of harmony. But that's not how the world works. So it's best that you know what's up. So I'm not all about staying and keeping myself in the dark. And, when you tune in for those lives and the videos where I'm talking about that book, I don't, you're going to be learning about the dark, but it's not about being kept in it and not working it. So, it's just a discussion, really. It's book club. I call it a bit of a book club. I can't read out when I do that, I can't read it word for word because that would be a copyright thing. But the last live I went was it was popular. It was popular, and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about Shira Seven's book, and I was talking about Shira Seven, and with that book, um, with that live, it was a popular live. So when I upload the videos for whatever reason, I try to upload some of the videos here on TikTok. They don't do as well, but the lives do well. And then when I put it over on YouTube, it doesn't take off that much. But I also understand that I've got to keep working this. I've got to keep showing up, but it's hard, when you've got to juggle of other things. So I'm trying to show up for you guys as much as I can. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Right now it is 2:47 in the morning. I've been talking for a while. I can't remember exactly where my phone was when I first started talking, but it's now at 42%. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the live as much as I have enjoyed creating it, making this and sharing this moment with you guys. Again, this was a little bit of a early Halloween party. I don't know, guys. If you want to leave here in the chat, what you're going to dress up as, or if you want to go over on my channel, I hope that you'll choose to follow me here. Because again, the whole idea of Group 7, again, a brilliant thing that Sophia James came up with. And again, I'm going to say the sunset song for tonight is her song So Unfair. Go take a listen to it. You've probably already heard it. That's the sunset song for tonight. I was thinking about putting it here in the picture, but I really wanted to share that moment from years ago with you guys. I'm so happy to do that. It's not just something that just happened. I actually got to bring that moment into the here and now. So I'm pretty happy to share that with you guys. And I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and so much for joining me, whether you're part of Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, 4, 5, 6, or if you're part of the group that, called out to me, and that was Group 7. But here, my channel is called Sunset Songs, all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. My name is Shadow Girl Sherry. And again, it's all about, positivity, but understanding that I call myself Shadow Girl Sherry, so there is the energy of, darkness there. So my idea is to transmute it. Guys, I thank you so much for joining my little bit of a Halloween party here. I hope that you will, you hear I'm going hoarse now. I've been talking for so long. I hope you'll join me here. Follow me here on TikTok. And guys, I've really got to light my YouTube channel up more and get more subscribers over there. I think right now I might be at 44. And it's so funny because I needed to upload, sometime take a picture and upload a thing that I made on the 4th day. Because, anytime you have a month where a new month comes in, like next month, the big day will be 11/11, November the 11th, which will be the 11th month, 11th day, because the 11/11 portal will be open. And probably, if you're into angel numbers, you probably know about that. You probably know about that angel number 11/11. That's a popular one that most people know about. But that's got to be pretty intense energy, 11/11. So I've told you that in advance. You might want to put it on your calendar. Next month, we have a portal that will be open that will be the 11th month, 11th day, the 11/11 portal. Here in this month, we had the 10th month, 10th day. I do believe in the 9th month, it was the 9th month, 9th day. I went live. I do believe on that day, 9/9. I think I went live on that day. If I didn't, there were 3 different 9/9 portals in the month of, there were 3 different 9/9 portals in the month of September. So it was the 9th month, 9th day, the 9th month, 18th day, because when you take the 18, you add it to September.
So it was the ninth month, ninth day, the ninth month, 18th day, because when you take the 18, you add it together, you have 9. So you had the 9th, you had it on the 18th, and then you had it again on the 27th, because again, you take the number 18th, and then you had it again on the 27th, because again, you take the number 27, you add the two numbers together, 2 and 7, you have 9. And again, number 9 years. So powerful. But with all that said, I'm going to let anytime you have a month where and you have the two numbers beside each other that are the same, a portal said to be open. I had made a video for this year on the 4th month, 4th day. It was a short. I do believe it's a short video. But if you want to watch it, it's on my channel, Sunset Songs. I may have it here on TikTok. But I did paperwork on it and everything. And I find it funny that after I had gotten to the point where I had just gotten to the point where I had 44 subscribers, right? And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Had 44 subscribers. And I'm going to break it down like this. On the 8th month, 8th day, that's when the first time I went live. Well, if you take the number 8, it's made of 4 and 4, and you have 8. Within a month's time, I had gone up to 44 subscribers. And I look at that energy of 8 because I started on the 8th month, 8th day, and I got to 44 subscribers. With that being said, on the 4th month, 4th day, I did a video and I did paperwork, and I talked about, obviously, I did a video and I did paperwork, and I talked about, obviously, the the idea 4, and obviously that number, April the 4th, the 4th month day, that energy was very much alive, and I made a video for it, did paperwork. Right after I got 44 subscribers, the paperwork, I stumbled across it, like it fell from what it normally is out. I wasn't about it, where came across, and I'm like, okay, what paper was this? It could have been anything, because there's a lot of things I wrote up. I took it over, and I had 44 subscribers, and it just so happened that I'm looking at the number 44 because I had made this paperwork for the 4th month, 4th day during the 44 that portal. So I looked at it as, wow, I'm gonna have to share that with you guys. I'm gonna have to upload that sometime when I go live and let you guys talk about it. So I'm gonna be pretty excited to do that. But you have to look for things. It's all about what you're looking for. If you're looking for negativity all the time, that's what you're gonna find. People might think, oh, Sherry, there have been people that I've been around, and then you can't let spirituality like drive you nuts, looking for signs and stuff all the time. But there will be things that'll let you know that what path you're on, like you're doing the right thing. I do believe that. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to try to shut this one down because I can't say it. It's not 2 hours. I haven't gone for 2 hours now. It's been an hour and something where I've been talking. I've been talking for over an hour. I kind of want to shut this down. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. But I wanted to use the trend. I wanted to run with the idea a little bit, and hopefully group 7, if you're part of group 7, I should probably put that on the title when I upload this on YouTube. I should put it up as group 7, and hopefully group 7 and different people are going to take to it. But the idea is also that I wanted this picture. I wanted to share this moment, this magical moment from years ago that I was feeling kind of lonely. And whatever was going on, but I was working a lot, and I was working a job that was draining and all that, but I still found a way to celebrate with my family and things like that. And that's what this was. I'm just like, let me grab something and call it a Halloween party in between working. And that's what I did. And I'm just so happy to be able to share it with you guys. So I kind of feel like if there had been a group 7, I would have had to have more laid out on the table. So guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm going to try to shut this video down. I've kind of forgotten how to do it. I don't know if I touch it or if I shut up and I stop talking, then it'll stop. But guys, thank you everybody that has stayed with me this long. I want to thank you so much, really, really. In real life, I've had more people. I think I've seen a lot of people say that. Like you get on TikTok or different places like that. People are more supportive of you than people that you may know in everyday life. There are other platforms I'm on where people know what I look like, and they're not this supportive. But I look at that as a positive thing because it called me out. It made me join, start my channel and look for people that are like-minded, like myself. So, that's join, start my channel and look for people that are like-minded, like myself. So, that's turning a negative into a positive. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Really, it's Halloween, and thank you so much. This is kind of like a Halloween party, and I've got the ultimate costume because, well, you don't know what I look like. So, you look at that Shadow Girl Sherry, and hopefully one day, that's going to change. But again, it's really is a safety thing. Really is a safety thing. I just don't think it's the best for people to just put everything about themselves with a picture online for everybody to know. That's just me. It's even said in the spiritual community, you don't want to put everything about yourself out there. So I just wanted to find a way to talk about things and put it out there, but do it in a certain type of way, if that makes sense. So, guys, I'm trying to figure out how to shut this down without messing it up to where I can't keep it and upload it later, because I want to see how many people join the live. And I want to upload the full video, this in its entirety, on YouTube. It's just here on TikTok I can't do it. It'll have to be in clips. But guys, if you've been with me this long, I want to thank you so much. I can't wait to be able to see how many people actually join this live. I'm hoping it's going to be a ton of people because this is about group 7. It's about all the groups. So if I'm talking about all the groups, and I've basically called all the groups in, that should be a lot of people. I'm hoping anyway, but I'll see. So either way, I hope that you'll join me here on TikTok, and go ahead and follow me on YouTube as well. Sherry Shadow Closet, Shadow Girl Sherry, and again, my channel altogether is called Sunset Songs. Now let me see what I'm doing here. How do I shut this down? What if I hit these? Wonder if I hit these 3 little dots here. I haven't gone live in a little bit. That's why I can't remember. I'm a little bit scared. Oh gosh, what if I hit that? I hope I won't lose it. I'm a little bit nervous. Oh boy, I shut up. No, I don't. That's not what I want. No. Guys. Okay, it's unstable. It's saying, what in the world? Maybe if I shut up and stop talking, it'll stop. I don't know how to shut this down. But the last thing I want to do is lose all this talking and stuff I've done. Let me see here. What do I do? How do I shut this down? And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Everybody that's still hanging out with me, because I see people on here. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay, I don't want to do that. And if I hit that, let me see. Oh gosh, guys. Okay. Okay, so go live for 17 more minutes and you'll reach. Okay, guys, I got to go live for 17 more minutes. I'm sorry. It says go live 17 more minutes and you'll reach stage 7 in your live journey. I'm going to cancel it and I'm going to continue. Guys, I got 17 more minutes. So, guys, I'll be shutting this down at 3:17. I've got 17 more minutes and I'll be going to another stage here on TikTok. And guys, you guys that have stayed with me this long, I want to thank you so much for joining me. 17 more minutes. What can I talk about? What can I talk about for 17 more minutes? Um, guys, I just want to say hi to you guys. Is there anything that you guys want to say? Is there anything about group 7, group 1? I said it earlier that when it comes to the groups, I kind of look at it as like a game show. I haven't watched like the one that's coming to my mind right now is Let's Make a Deal. Because with Let's Make a Deal, it's like Halloween every day. Anytime you watch Let's Make a Deal, it's like Halloween. And that's why I love it's one of my favorite game shows is Let's Make a Deal. You know, the whole audience is dressed up in a costume, and oh, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I think is it called, there's something that you do that they have where if you get it, it's not good. And I think it's like it's green, and there's some kind of green, it's written in like green letters, a zoink, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else here joining the live knows what it is, but it's not a good thing. I've seen some crazy stuff on Let's Make a Deal, like somebody won like this big old thing of cheese. Oh, I've seen some crazy stuff, but anyhow, this puts me in mind of like a game show, these groups, because again, I said it earlier, it makes me think of like if you had like a door one, like okay, you go and you pick one of the doors. It's like okay, pick one, and you pick one, and then before you get to see what you won, you get to see the other doors, and you know you get to see the other doors. You either you see, and I think there's one game show, and I think it may be Let's Make a Deal, where if you win like the ultimate one, I do, I could be wrong, I haven't watched in a while, you can win like all three of the showcases or the bids or whatever. And look, I'm saying showcase, so that makes me think of oh, what's the other game show? The Price is Right. The Price is Right. But usually with the game shows, by the end of the game, there's this thing of okay, you can pick. It's usually three doors or three different, I'll say showcases or whatever, and they show you all what you didn't win usually, and then at the end you get to see what you won, and it could be something wonderful, or and I think with Let's Make a Deal, it could be something like totally like junk. Um, and of course you would feel so stupid. But anyhow, I don't know what the idea with all the other groups are. Like again, I got group 7, and to me it seems like so many people got group 7, and it just turned out to be a thing of really where you know, she tricked the algorithm. She fooled the algorithm, and she found a way to promote her album, her song, and I think it's all awesome. I'm going to have to include her other songs as sunset songs. I think for the next time I go live though, I'm going to talk about the other song that I thought up before I found out about Sophia James' song. Before I found out about how group 7 got started, I have something called a sunset song. A sunset song is, again, every time before I go live or I make a video, I have something, some subject matter, something that I'm going to be talking about during the live or during the video or whatever. Before I jump on and do the live or the video, I basically tell my higher self, spirit, whatever, put a song in my mind, play a song in my mind, play a song in my heart that is going to be tailored around whatever the subject matter is. And I thought about group 7, and I thought about the idea of okay, if there's a group 7 and everybody in the group is positive and all that different stuff, and I'm a part of this group, obviously that's a perfect pick because I'm trying to be positive. That's what my channel's about. And even when something's negative, I'm trying to transmute it into the positive, find a way to alchemize it into the positive. I felt like that was perfect for me. So I'm like, okay, group 7. All these people are positive people. They're trying to look at the brighter side of life. I want to have a little bit of a party. I'm going to say I'm going to throw a little bit of a party, and I'm going to invite you guys to it, and I'm going to see how many people show up, and I'm going to see how many people stay for the party. And basically, when I say stay, that means you're choosing to subscribe. I want to like, I want to click, I want to like, and I want to click, and I want some comments. But definitely with that subscribing, that's helping me out. That's pushing me out into the algorithm. I mean, any of it is, but and anytime you do that, any of those things is wonderful. But I just thought that was an idea, or wonderful idea. And but when I thought of a song, I'm like, okay, I need a song that's basically going to be a theme party song, a song for the party. And it would be the idea is like, if this were a real party and you were coming through the door, this would be the song that would be playing. And a song came to me. I thought it was an awesome song. I thought it was catchy and would have been great. Wrote it down, made paperwork and everything. And then I went in and I found out more about Group 7, that it wasn't just about, okay, being positive, or, the idea of they're saying, okay, if you're part of Group 7, we don't need to work anymore because we're just a part of Group 7, and you're on the energy or the algorithm or the frequency of, you make money in your sleep, or you make money existing, whatever. Okay, and that's an abundant life, right? But I'm like, okay, if I'm going to throw a party for people like that, I got to think up a song, and I thought it was a good song for it. But then I went ahead and I found out what it was all about. So then I had to change up the game, and I'm like, I can't. This young lady got this started, so I've got to talk about her song, and what I think about the song, and talk about her. And again, I've just got to say that this what she came up with was a wonderful idea. Like, she tricked everybody. Like, she found a way to crack the code to the algorithm. And I think that we're all trying to do that. I'm trying to do that. And that's why I try to do the lives and go as long as I can. And obviously they're telling, TikTok has let me know that if I go for another 17 minutes, which now I've used up 8 of it, I will have completed another stage. So I'm happy about that. But I will have completed another stage. So I'm happy about that. But it's just not the easiest thing to go live or to make a video every day. I love doing it, but it's all about squeezing the time in and maneuvering. And I try to do the text feature every day, but sometimes things don't really come to me or whatever. And again, I did a thing with a pizza party idea, right? And because I hadn't been going live for a couple of days and I hadn't made any videos, TikTok wasn't having that. And they sent me, my algorithm picked up on the fact that I wasn't doing that. And they sent me a thing saying, okay, well, you're not being shadow banned, but you're being shadow something else. And, they're constantly sending me videos about, oh, you are, your videos are this and they're that, and it's wonderful and everything. And then as soon as I stop making the videos, I stop going live, then go a couple of days, and then that algorithm has lost me. So guys, that's why I'm trying to at least finish this 17 minutes up. And you can hear the hoarseness in my voice right now, but it's not like I have a hard time talking. So I go ahead and let you guys know that I am a Gemini, and Geminis are said to be the social butterfly of the zodiac. Now, in real life, am I a big social butterfly? I don't. I definitely know that I'm not. If you're around me, and you're like, you live in my house, or I like you, or you're like a family member that I like, and or you're my friend or something like that, you know that I can be very, very talkative. I'll never forget there was somebody that I knew that always thought I was so talkative. And then they actually became roommates with somebody that I was real close to. So I was spending more time over at that place, you know, this person's house, because they're now roommates. And the one person thought that I wasn't talkative. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, you are talkative. You're very talkative. Like when I'm around you, or even if you get on the phone, you're talkative. They just didn't know, because it's all about, sometimes it's about who you feel comfortable around. And with that being said, I feel like anybody that joins my lives, for that reason, I feel like, you know, you bring me a sense of comfort, because I can get on here and talk longer and say things that there could be, not to say that I don't, you know, love like my blood relatives, but there are blood relatives that I have that I don't even know them. So if I don't know them, I have a particular family member that's just like, well, that's your cousin, this person. I'm like, I didn't even know. You know, I didn't know. So they're telling me about them because they know everybody, but then I don't. So if you're watching this live, or you know you've joined my channel, you're gonna know, you're gonna have more of the inside scoops to things than what people that I share blood with. I'll put it that way. And it's not to say that I do consider myself to be like a part, you know, the black sheep of my family, like a part, like there's a couple of us, but I'm definitely a part of that little group. The black sheep of the family. And it's not like I am I definitely consider I consider myself to be a part of the black sheep in my family. And it's not like I have wanted it to be that way. I always wanted to I want to say this, that if you were watching any of my other videos, now this is about group 7 and you know all that, and group 7 obviously is like a popular, you know, seems like a big group of people, you know, but if you were watching my any of my other videos, I would have said somewhere in probably in the first 20 minutes or first 15 minutes that you may consider yourself to be a little bit of a misfit, like in real life. Like you may consider yourself to be a little bit of a misfit, and that is because of the fact that you're listening to somebody right now that goes by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. Okay, and with that being said, you don't know what I look like. Um, and shadow work, the way I have come to find out is, and I'm still learning more about that because I'm doing shadow work. I have a lot of shadow work to do. I've found out that shadow work has a lot to do with your inner child. There's some people that say that your shadow is your inner child, like it's a part of your inner child that needs to be healed. So, and through that healing, then and then there's other people that say that your shadow is kind of like a part of you that is repressed, or a part of you that you may be ashamed of. But then they say that there's some people that say that it's kind of like your inner bitch. It's like the with that dark side there. It's dark energy. There's creation there. There's something that's trying to be created, and you can work with it and create something pretty darn magical, if you know what I mean. You can harness the power of your life, the power of your authentic self, I'll say. So, with being a misfit, I don't necessarily think that it's necessarily a bad thing. Um, I'll say that, you know, again, my channel is called Sunset Songs, and it's not to put anybody down. Obviously, there's been times I've wanted to fit in, but if you feel like you're the type where you don't fit in, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a bad thing, because say you were a singer or something. Okay, if you were getting on that stage, you would have to be different than everybody in the crowd, because you're the one that took center stage. So this is just for you. If you feel like you are a misfit, there's probably something in you that needs to be brought out. I'll say that there's something different about you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing being a misfit. Because if everybody were the same, then what kind of a world would it be? It would be a boring life. It would be a boring world. You don't have to fit in. And if you don't fit in, it just might be that you might fit in here. So just keep that in mind. Guys, I think I'm like 2 minutes away, from doing that 17 minutes. And just, just to make sure, it's 3:16. 3:16, and that's making me think of what's that wrestler? Austin 3:16. That's just what I thought about right now, 3:16. Any wrestling fans in the house? Just asking, guys. Austin 3:16, and that is what I think is a psalm too. And I'll share that as well. Like, when you think about angel numbers, you think about numbers. I've got another person. Oh, I've got another person that wants to co-host with me. Guys, I thank you so much. I hope you'll join me some other time, and we can do that. I just got to find out more about the whole co-hosting thing. I thank you so much. If you can hear me right now, I'm declining, but I'm not declining out of being mean or anything like that. It is a comfort thing because, again, I've got to work on, that's a part of my shadow girl Sherry. I've got to work on that. I've got to work on that, but I'm telling you, before long, I'll be able to do it. I want my best friend. There's been some things to go on that's kind of separated us for some reason. And, I don't even want to get into talking about it, but I'm hoping that is going to change. I don't even know. I guess it's the idea of this year, 2025, and the chaos. And I don't know what's trying to come about, but, I have somebody that I'm really trying to get her. I've tried to reach out to her and tell her we should go live. Let's go live. And because I really feel like with her, there's been some things that has gone on in her life that has obviously, I won't go into it, but a hard time, very, 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 very hard time. But she had she had a magic to her, a fire about her that I think she could bring so much to the table. She could bring something. If she could find that, if she could cut out the time to do it. And I would love it if she and I could do it together. But it's all about us getting that connection going again. And but I think we could work wonders. There have been times we've been together and manifested numbers together, manifested things, and it's like, did you see that? Yeah, I saw that. You know what? We're together. Like, it's powerful. Where you've got two people, and just like we're all together right now. And anytime I see a number that really stands out, it's an angel number, and I'm making a live, and I see that, numbers doubled up together. We saw 222 together. Anytime I see those numbers pop up together, we're all hanging out together. I'm going to tell you guys, let's use this energy and work with it, because we're all, as a collective, we're together. So the energy is intense. We're all in one place, and we can all think that, hey, we're trying to manifest something. We can make it the same thing, or we just know that we're all trying to manifest something, and we're being positive about it. So that's a good frequency. So I try to remind you guys anytime I see an angel number. But right now, I'm going to say the angel number that's going to be popping up pretty soon is just the angel number of like 3:20 in the morning, because here in just a little bit, I'm going to be shutting this down, because I know I'm going to know at like 3:20, 3:21 that I have, I'll even make it 3:22. At 3:22, I'm going to shut this down, because I know that I've reached that the point where what I'm going to be upgraded some here on TikTok, and that's what I'm trying to get. Trying to do that here on TikTok. I'm trying to get more subscribers. I hope that you will choose to like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things. And I hope that you'll go ahead and follow me here on TikTok, but also find me on YouTube. On YouTube, I am under Sunset Songs. Um, and guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me and stick with me for this long. I think that here at 3:22 in the morning, I think that I really do think I've gone for 2 hours. And tonight I wasn't thinking I was going to be able to do that. I was a little bit nervous, a little bit worked up, and I'm thinking, when am I going to get in here and talk about it? Obviously, I'm going to have something to talk about. I'm going to talk about Group 7 and all the other groups, invite everybody in. But I was wondering how long I was going to be able to talk. And I do believe that in one more minute, I will have gone for 2 hours straight. Again, I want to share with you guys, I am a Gemini. So that's a social butterfly, and being long-winded. So, man, guys, I'm going to sleep so good tonight. Really, I feel like I've accomplished something that I didn't think I was going to get done. Today, or I kind of consider this a add-on to yesterday. But I got to consider that I started this after 12 o'clock. After witching hour, really. I started this after 12 o'clock, so it's a new day. So maybe later on today, I've got so many things. There were so many things I wanted to talk about for Halloween. I love Halloween, but it snuck up on me. I'm going to try maybe to go live like much later on today. But I don't know. This might be it. I'm not sure, but if not, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm going to be trying to figure out how to shut this down. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this long. I can't wait to see how many people join me. I'm calling out to the groups, especially to Group 7, because I'm a part of Group 7. But guys, I want to learn about all the other groups as well. I mentioned about the game show, and it kind of seems that way. Like, what was at door 1? What was at door 2? And yeah, so I think I've explained it well. I think I've made sense. I hope everything in the video in this live has made sense. And guys, I just want to let you guys know how much I've enjoyed this time with you guys. And guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry trying to figure out how to sign out. And when I do, just know that you have. I think I'm gonna be having sweet dreams tonight. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm trying to figure out how to shut down now. Thank you so much, and please consider joining me, follow me here on TikTok, whether you're a part of Group 7 or whatever group, because I want to learn more about the other groups. Here, follow me here on please consider following me here on TikTok and on YouTube under Sunset Songs. Guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry trying to figure out how to shut this down, and thank you so much. I'll be talking a little bit more until I shut down, but I am losing my voice here. Oh boy. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Okay, maybe if I hit this. Yeah, I'm going to shut down, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out, and I hope you will join me again. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Good night. Good morning. Sunset Songs. There's the energy of night because it's dark. But guys, we're actually in a new day. So thank you for bringing this day in with me. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and take care. Good night, good morning, and all that wonderful stuff. This is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Thank you so much, and take care.